We are live. Hello and welcome to Mary. What do you see? And Mary's got a cat in front of her tonight. We are here in prime time tonight. It's a great night, and as always, we are the show that is psychically supercharged and here to help. Tonight we have several big missing persons cases to solve. Plus, we're going to dig through a famous case in DC history that people have been questioning for 30 years. Mary is going to tell you the truth about that. So kind of exciting, folks.
What?
But before I go on, please let me clear up a few things. This show is for entertainment purposes only. We have only information available to the general public and whatever spirit wants to add. Mary is a psychic medium and she is merely the messenger. So if you don't like the message, take it up with spirit. But before I introduce you to Mary, let me bring you the two people that are going to help me bring Mary's gift to you tonight. She down here below me is a former model and makeup artist and an all-around guru of beauty, don't you think? She is our public relations director, and she's the best looking one, let's face it. Say hello to the very lovely Brooke.
What about Jason? What about Mary? Come on. Hi, everybody.
That's
Nice to
I
be
thought
here.
that was understood. I don't know. I thought sorry, Mary and Jason, but I'm just giving.
Now you just look like a dick.
Not to be outdone, but I have our former bouncer and recently granted our head producer status, so he's moving up in the world. We get promotions here regularly. There is upward momentum on this channel, right? He's got some psychic gifts that he's developing and keeping up with all of you in the chat. So please, say hello to Jason.
Hey, Jason. Yay.
How are you doing,
Hello.
Jason? He's got Chicago behind him, folks. That is the Sears Tower. I'll still call it Sears Tower, even though
I lived there for 12 years.
in the Sears Tower or in Chicago.
No, Chicago.
Oh, I don't think you live in the Sears Tower. What the hell is that Sears?
Yeah, they changed it, but it's the Sears Tower. Yeah.
Right. So let's quit talking about that.
Yeah.
She is our psychic heavyweight down here in the corner, and she's joining us. And so is which cat is this tonight, Mary?
That's Tuck Tuck.
This is Tuck Tuck. Okay, so Tuck Tuck is going to help bring you to the stage.
Not your butt,
Hello.
Tuck Tuck. Nobody wants to see your
man.
butt.
That was uncomfortable, Tuck Tuck. I'm offended. But Mary is a psychic medium and a remote viewer. She's here to solve mysteries and hopefully punish the guilty and bring closure to loved ones. That is her passion, folks. She has often been rated as one of the top 5 psychics in the world today. And as far as we're concerned, she is number 1, right? Tyler Henry. Please say hello to Mary, the medium.
Hey, guys.
Ooh, hi, Mary.
Hello, Mary. How are we doing tonight?
Oh, we're good. How are you? You know, I was only joking. You know, if I could go back, 30 years, I'd look like Brooke. I would. That'd be my next life.
Yeah, she's never seen the sun, I don't think. Brooke lives underground, so that's why her skin looks so good, right?
Middle age represent. Don't go out in the sun. People call me a vampire.
One of those mole people. Live underground. Don't avoid the sun at all costs. It's poisonous to you folks.
Yeah. I just want to point out these are things that were worn in the 50s. I wasn't alive during that time, people. Okay. Was not alive during that time. But I found this cheap pair, $4 acrylic necklace. And I thought, wow. I've been looking for that forever, and I found it in a junk shop. Something from the 50s.
I didn't know acrylic was invented in the 50s. I thought that.
Yeah, they actually had it in the. Well, you're a biochemist. You should know that, but I would think.
Right.
I forget when they invented what. I know that cellophane came out early, but I don't remember when.
I know they had lucite. I thought they had lucite.
That's mine, isn't it? Lucite?
Lucite.
Yeah.
Is that plastic?
It's all plastic. Yeah, it's all plastic.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's really, really good way to start the show. Let's talk about the different flavors of plastics, folks. We like to really keep you exciting here today. No, we wanted to talk tonight about really important case. This is kind of cool to me. This is kind of a favorite of the conspiracy theorists. This is Vince Foster. So I'll get a little bit of background here. Vince Foster was a lawyer, grew up in Hope, Arkansas, grew up with best buddies with Bill Clinton. Later became a lawyer, and in his career, he joined the White House as a counsel for the White House, but was later found dead in his car just outside of D.C. in 1993. Mary, what do you see when you look at him?
Okay, so I saw like a prestigious background, and then I saw he wouldn't fold on something. So what did he do for a living? Well, I mean, was he originally a lawyer or something?
Yeah, he was an attorney. He actually worked with Hillary Clinton in the Rose Law Firm in Arkansas prior to joining the White House counsel. He was a assistant counsel for the White House. So yeah, he was working in D.C.
I feel like the Clintons had something over his head, had something on him. Somebody had something on this man, and I feel like he had no other choice. Like they were going to ruin him. I felt and I do see him being depressed. I mean, severely depressed because something came out and he didn't want other people to know about it. That's him. And I think
that's him with the Clintons there, him and his wife.
Yeah.
So do you see, I mean, did he die of his own hands?
I don't know. He was close to the Clintons.
Knowing them is a liability.
Yeah.
This was them back in the Rose Law Firm probably, I think before he was even governor.
Something about they were going to frame him for something big, and he had no way out. Something happened. They had something on him. I feel like he was helped out by the Clintons. Can I say it like that?
He was helped out.
Helped
they
out.
Had a meeting.
Helped out of his living life.
So do you, I mean, is that helped out as in he was encouraged to help himself, or he was helped out as
he was helped out like, let me help you exit out of this life. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying MURDER, but damn, it sure looks that way to me on the other side.
Okay, so the little bit of background, he was found in his car. It was at a park, Fort Marcy Park outside of DC in Virginia, with one gunshot wound through his mouth.
No.
So
he did not.
I mean, he was investigated by the park police and I believe by the federal police, by the FBI, and it was ruled a suicide. So is that what we're seeing, or do you?
It was not a suicide. No,
it was not a suicide.
Made to look like one?
Made to look like one. It was not a suicide. Did they get his fingerprints from the gun?
The gun was actually hanging off of his thumb when they found it. So he definitely, the gun
was placed there after the fact.
Well, his thumb was through the trigger circle. What do you call that thing? I don't know guns, but yeah, his thumb was the gun was hanging off his thumb.
Right. I'm okay. So I'm getting, the guy was severely depressed. It's because she was going to hold something over his head. Like this is, and they were going to make him responsible for it. And I felt
I can suggest a few things that were suggested that he was involved in. So he was the White House counsel. Right when the Clintons took office, they fired the entire White House travel staff, and they kind of got into hot water about why they did that, and they hired some buddies. So that was kind of one of the things that he was definitely involved in that. He was embarrassed about it. So there's that. And there's two things prior to the administration. There was the Whitewater deal, which was a land deal from the Clintons got involved in this in the 70s. And there was some payoff, some, potential wrongdoings associated with the Clintons in that deal. And then there was also the Troopergate thing where Bill Clinton was supposedly using Arkansas state troopers to procure women for him. So there's like the three things that were suggested he may have been involved in. Does any of those sound like maybe that was it?
Financial crimes.
So you're thinking maybe the Whitewater, the land deal.
Financial crimes. Yeah, and they were going to hang him out to dry because they didn't want to go down for it. So they were going to hang him out. And he was really depressed about it. He's like, after everything I've worked for, how can I tell my family this? But so depressed enough to take his own life. I see depression, but he was not depressed enough. I mean, he literally did not stand a chance up against the Clintons. Did not stand a chance.
So you
Okay.
think they were planning to pin something on him, and he was
at big time, yeah, and
Yeah.
make him take the fall for it. Absolutely, make him take the fall for it.
Yeah, the story
Yeah.
was that he was feeling embarrassed. He wanted to resign, but was afraid to go back to Arkansas with his tail between his legs and got ashamed, and that's why he did it.
No,
But that doesn't sound right.
He was, excuse me, he was ashamed, all right, but it's because how could he trust them knowing that they did this to him? And then I think he went to someone else in government and told them, and I think it got back to the Clintons. It got back to the Clintons. I mean, he was totally ashamed. He was basically put in a position where he was going to be shit canned, hung out to dry because of the Clintons for their power struggle, and he was going to get the blame for it.
No.
So he was helped out of this life, is what I am hearing.
So perhaps they were encouraging him to take the easy way out, but then he wasn't going to, and then they helped a little bit.
Right, exactly. Is that the politically correct way of saying they fucking offed this guy? Yes. Oh, I just said it. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, YouTube. Forgive me.
We're not getting paid
I
for
think
this.
the effort's
Mary, so
okay. You just
it
can't
doesn't matter.
say. You have to say helped himself out of his life, or
Yeah.
Self-exited.
I have to say that self-exit.
Right. So, yeah,
It
someone's
was-
Chevy
it was
Gabby's
self-
asking, is this?
It was
Do you
not
think this?
self-exiting.
Do you think this call, the decision to help him out, do you think this was made by people in the picture here, or was this made by somebody else, perhaps someone else that was at risk?
It was the lady hanging on to Bill Clinton, and it is someone else that she knew.
So not necessarily Bill, but Hillary, and then maybe somebody at the Rose Law Firm.
Yep.
Okay, so was he aware?
Yes, absolutely.
He was aware of this stuff.
Very much so.
He was aware of the financial crimes, and he was aware of what happened to his friend.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Big can of worms there.
Anybody else we see connected, or anybody else? I mean,
there was a judge. There was a big time judge connected, and then I want to say was there another senator, big time money man, and a senator with this guy, with the lawyer. Big time money man. He had land. He had money. He had a lot of influence over the Clintons, and another senator who I think now is dead.
I mean, I know Jim McDougal was the other, but he was just a real estate guy, I believe. So I don't think he had any.
Something with land. Yeah, the guy. But I'm saying this guy had a lot of land. This guy had something to do with a lot of land.
It was a deal from the Ozark Mountains in Arkansas.
Okay, so maybe it was this realtor. If we had a picture of him, I'd be able to. Did he have white hair? Who had white hair? Somebody had white hair that dealt with these people.
I think Jim McDougal was pretty bald. Jim McDougal's been dead for quite a while, I believe.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I just feel like he was helped out of this life by somebody else.
See, McDougal only survived a couple years past.
Is that
foster care.
allegedly, Mary?
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
It's just for entertainment purposes only.
entertainment purposes only.
Right. Allegedly.
Don't say her name out loud, especially not 3 times in a row.
What? What is that? The new community guidelines I gotta follow?
No, that's just if you don't want.
This is Jim McDougal here.
Yes,
around the time of this happened.
Him.
So Jim was involved?
Jim was involved. You got anybody else? You got any more pictures?
I don't know who else. Well, I'm trying to think who else was involved in the Whitewater. They're thinking somebody else, a judge or a senator or something, right?
A judge, like somebody from. Wait a minute, Department of Commerce or the financial banking, Department of Finance, banking.
I'm not seeing anybody that at least the allegations were made, so maybe they never got brought up.
The guy's got white hair.
Don't know. I mean, maybe this is more of
kind of like Jason's hair, but it goes back. Like
kind
of like my hair, but it's pulled back.
I mean, damn guy Tucker, the next governor kind of got involved for not investigating enough, but
what did he look like? I don't feel like this guy was he was not from Arkansas. Well, he was in Washington. This guy was in DC.
Well, I mean, maybe I have to put this out to the audience out there. We've got some, people, they actually got some better research skills than some of us. So, yeah, we'll throw that out to the audience and say, hey, we're looking for somebody else. Sound kind of good, huh? So, all the stuff we get to say about poor Vince here.
He was
done wrong, right?
He was done wrong. Yes, he was. Absolutely done wrong. This poor man.
So, yeah. I mean, was the investigation tainted? Was it a cover up? The investigations
pure cover up, tainted investigation, just pure cover up. Write him off as a suicide. That's it.
Chandra Levy, I think that one actually they solved. It was a serial rapist that killed her. At least that's what I read. That it was a Hispanic serial rapist. So she was having sex with a senator, but I don't think
she was. You want to know something funny? When it came out, I'm not sure. I let the FBI know. I said Rock Creek Park.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah, that's where she's abducted from, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where they found her body, though, wasn't it?
I thought they found her in water.
They may have, but I saw Rock Creek Park, never knowing that was the name of the place. I just saw Rock Creek Park, and nobody listened. They would have found her.
I remember hearing that they rolled her up in a rug and put her in a freezer, and then I don't know. I think that her body might have been found in
something. They found her. Yeah, it was like she was jogging or something. So so it wasn't that congressman that did it. I don't think.
No,
it wasn't.
Brought out his bad stuff that he was doing.
Yeah.
So it was not. It was not that Congress guy.
No, it was coincidental. She happened to also been sleeping with a congressman.
Happened maybe.
Probably not that rare in DC. I bet you half the women in DC are sleeping with a congressman.
Oh my God! Yeah.
All right, so let's get out of
the
Beltway here. Let's get over to California. Let's go over to Humboldt County. It's actually 5 women I'll bring up on the screen. So these are 5 women who have disappeared, and remains have been found over about a 10-year, or actually 20-year span from the mid-90s till 2014 in Humboldt County, California. So I want to give you a little map here. This is Humboldt County, way up north in California. This is what they would call the Green Triangle back in the day. This is where really the marijuana growing industry grew up. But over these years, these 5 women, all most in their mid-20s, all disappeared, and bodies were found later, and really no one's to go off of. So, first, Mary, what do you see looking at these 5 women?
Okay, so especially the second one from the left wearing the blue top, lot of trauma. I mean, just horrible screaming. I feel like the first 3, starting from the left, were killed by one man, and I feel like the last 2, Karen Mitchell and Jennifer Wilmer, were killed by another person. Were killed separately, maybe by 1 or 2 more people. But I feel like there was a serial killer, like he was a wanderer. He just wandered around, brown hair, and he killed these first 3: Christine, Danielle, and Sheila.
The 3 most recent women.
Yeah, for sure, Danielle. Now, Danielle is still in that death state to where she can't, Danielle and Karen are. They can't move on into the light because I'm just getting the screaming, the horrendous attack on their life. So now I think the guy's got brown hair. What I'm saying, he was a drifter, but he was also, I guess, maybe a serial killer. Dark hair, brown hair, serial killer. And I just get like all blondes were. I mean, and I just felt like he felt like all the women were just alike. They were prostituting themselves out for drugs, kind of thing. So, what do you got? What do you have?
Yeah, don't have a lot. Brown hair. I mean, that's
woods, especially in the woods, like chased through some woods. And I feel like it was a serial killer. He may have even taken Karen. I feel like Jennifer was somebody different, and I feel like Jennifer was killed by a Hispanic farmhand or an illegal immigrant that was there. Is that pot? Is that a pot place?
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Especially back in the 90s, this was kind of where it started.
Yeah. So, pot, drugs. I feel like Jennifer was killed, random killing there, but I feel like, and now I'm putting Karen in with the first 3 girls, that it was a serial killer, a drifter. And I felt like he worked at one farm and then maybe he went to another, but he took trophies. Like he took a trophy from one of them, if not all of them, some sort of trophy.
Is he still around, this brown-haired serial killer?
No, I don't think so. As a matter of fact, I think maybe he might be in jail or dead.
Okay.
But it was
James Eugene Jones.
like everybody wanted to go there to work on the farms to get free pot. They wanted to get high, stay high. And, I felt like these women's motives were questioned by the serial killer.
I'm going to bring someone up on the stage that is a potential. This is one of our audience members suggested this guy is a potential suspect, that he had some connections to the first 3 women. I love audience members that can do research faster than me.
First 3 women? Wow. Okay.
This is an audience member, so I'm not. I said this is just for entertainment anyway. But
Yeah.
This is James Eugene Jones.
Wow. Okay, the guy I see, okay, he had,
I mean, he
wow.
probably has brown hair if it was, wasn't bald and
Once.
shaved.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the dude's evil, man. Absolutely.
So James is not a good guy. Do you think he's responsible for any of this stuff, or
I
perhaps?
do. Absolutely. Maybe for the first three. Anybody else?
How long of a period of time was it in between?
The first three was 08 to 14, so 6 years for that. If you include the fourth one, you're looking at back to 97. So that's takes you back near 20 years.
Yeah.
So this wasn't like territorial over drugs and turf. This was just a
girls.
nomad.
Yeah. Girls were I'm getting they were there either because they had a boyfriend work there, they had friends that worked there, they wanted to go get pot, they wanted to say hi, live that kind of life. But that guy, for sure.
He doesn't take good pictures, that's for sure.
Yeah, no. And I wonder if he had hair at some point.
The only thing I've got from him so far is mug shots.
Yeah, mug shots. Okay. He has murdered. That man has murdered. And I got the first two, except for the guy had more hair. Does that make sense?
The Jim Jones, the preacher.
Jim Jones, yeah.
If your last name is Jones, don't name your kid James, people. Then that's
no. Oh shit, no, yeah. And can America stop breeding like
right
mass murderers like that? Can we just stop? If the gene runs in your family, just don't procreate.
Sterilization sounds like a really good idea.
That, can I? Oh my God! Did I just?
Wow.
We're gonna get kicked off of.
Yeah, I'm finding more mug shots of this James guy, but he's he looks about the same in every picture, believe it or not.
Okay, so for sure 2 women, But I'm
two of these women on the screen, or 2 women period.
Yeah, 2 women period. Maybe 1 or 2 on the screen, maybe 1. But I'm getting this one guy. One guy is responsible for killing all. Oh yeah, damn.
Wow. He doesn't look crazy.
What's that evidence? What type of evidence did they find about him that tied him to it?
His face. I mean, you look at him, that's his probable cause, right?
Pretty dumb. Well, he looks like a real savory
I would arrest him just based
on his face.
Look on that.
That's what you call reasonable suspicion. Just
Your
look at his
face got you arrested.
Let's be judgmental. So we're thinking James Jones is this dude, and they need to find some evidence on this shithead, right?
Right. Yeah, he's got it buried in the woods too.
His trophies, he's still got them.
Yeah, he's got them buried. He does. He has it buried, and it's not far from one of the farms. I see like a shack, a shanty, wood house. Yeah, he's got it.
He was arrested recently on an unrelated stalking charge. So this guy's just a creep. I'm not sure if he's still in custody though, but he's definitely one of the people of interest in this case. So yeah, I think Jimbo can be fingered here. I think we can safely say that he's probably this dude.
Yeah, for sure. For 2, but there is someone else. The last girl I got, it was this last girl.
Mm-hmm.
It was a younger man, a younger man with brown hair for sure.
Yeah, this was a migrant farmer, right? The migrant worker.
Yeah, he looks like a migrant. He may not be, but he felt like it was one of the workers where she was up there. One of the workers from one of the farms. How many farms are up there?
Well, in the 90s there was a lot, but today it's all pot farms. Actually, it's less profitable, so probably fewer. But yeah, it was the Green Triangle. So back then, Northern California, that's where most of California wheat was grown. So
Okay.
a little hard to enforce laws up there because there's not much of anything up there besides forest.
Yeah. Is there anything written about him taking trophies?
Taking trophies,
I mean, did
no,
they
they don't
find
really have
him?
much evidence in any of these cases. They've found little bits and pieces of these women. Really, I mean, talking chunks of their femur or chunks of the skull. Really, not much. So they really don't have much evidence, unfortunately, other than he was with a couple of them
Yeah.
prior to it happening.
Wow.
So he lived nearby? Like, so the motivation with this has nothing to do with drugs. This is just because he's a creep.
Yeah. He stalks. He gets fixated on them. You know, it's like a stalker on steroids, and then if they rebuff him, then the anger comes out. Like he is super angry. He hates women. He hates them, and it probably goes back to his mother.
Yeah, and actually, Sheila and Danielle, the two women,
Sheila
he was the
and
last people they were seen with alive. So
yep,
that
yep,
certainly
yep,
argues that he
yep.
was probably this person that we're
Yep,
looking
and Christine. They haven't found that yet, but Christine was also the one. Jennifer is somebody different, a different killer, and Karen. I want to throw Karen in with the other three girls.
So these women, they're still earthbound, like you've said before. Is that what you're saying?
Danielle.
Can you go into a little bit of detail about what you mean by earthbound? I think we've talked about this before, but let's update.
Okay. All right. Usually what happens is when I see them still, like Christine is not earthbound. But Danielle her death was so traumatic. You know, the chasing the fear, so traumatic that she can't get out of that because I feel like she's still reliving it. And so it would take somebody like me to go to the area where they found her and say, honey, you're dead, you can, and help her cross. And Karen Mitchell is the same way. The death was so traumatic that they can't see outside of their circumstances to move on. They're still earthbound. They can't go to the light. They're still reliving it. It's like a loop that plays over a movie, a record that plays over and over and over and over. And unfortunately, earthbound, meaning that they have not left this plane to ascend to a higher level to the other side. It was that traumatic. I can tell you one thing, if that ever happened to me, that SOB, I would haunt him for the rest of his life. And then I'd get him in the afterlife,
It's good to have you on our side.
Absolutely. But Danielle especially and Karen, just I think if I went there to that particular site, I could probably talk to them and also get them on camera and audio.
It'd be cool if we had the money one day to do this type of stuff. That'd be awesome.
No, to be able to travel. That's why we need sponsors, guys. Because if somebody could sponsor us, then I could go to these places and I could help these souls or help the families. I'm sitting here behind a computer seeing what saying what I see, but it's not. I have traveled to help families find their missing loved ones, and I will do it. We just need
So,
sponsors.
Mary, somebody from the audience here, they suggested that one of the women, Karen Mitchell, may have encountered Robert Durst. This is the what show is that? The Eye on the Shadow. I can't remember that show. He was an actor. Do you see Robert Durst as involved in this at all? This
this is the Blakely. Oh man.
What was that show called?
Beretta.
Beretta. Yes, thank you.
He was very, very strange, and I think didn't he have some sort of fixation on younger people?
I don't know about
like
that.
young,
He
like
used to whack
inappropriate
his
young.
Like in a pedophilia type of way.
Not that I've ever read.
He was
Right.
very strange.
Well, I know he had that one woman
His wife or
killed his
girlfriend,
his baby mama. Well, she was she wasn't a great person, but you don't just kill somebody because they don't agree with you,
Right. I'm just getting the man was
Bonnie
very
Lee Bakley. I
strange.
thought that was her name. I was in my mid-20s when that happened. That was a long time ago, but
Yeah.
anybody
What show was he on?
Beretta?
Oh, I remember that.
He was a cop, wasn't he? I don't think I watched it. I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wasn't that like in the 70s and 80s, like late 70s, early 80s?
Something like that. A long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, I was in grade school.
Yeah, well, I was born in 80. So
Was that the guy that had the dark hair?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he used to be good looking.
Yeah.
Definitely an Italian
look.
look.
That's
Yeah.
him?
Yeah.
He's just old as hell now.
Oh, he's older
Yeah.
than that now. This was a while ago. That picture's from 15 years ago. Yeah, he looks really old now. He looks like
he
Mickey
went
from Rocky.
a little on
Burgess
the
Meredith.
outside of the box.
Oh,
Boy,
yeah.
why am I? How come I can't spit out what I want to say? Like he went on the outside of the box, and I heard super young, like some young. Now, who was he involved with in the last picture of those? Was he involved?
He was involved with Karen. This was the Karen, the 97 girl. That's the Earthbound one.
Really?
Wow.
That was suggested by somebody out there. I believe Dana suggested that.
Dana. Oh
Lawsuit against her, no less.
She and Melody are my MVPs this week. They've really helped me out.
I see a lot of fighting, a lot of bad juju between them. Could he have killed her? Yep.
Really?
Beretta.
Yep. Did he do her in? No.
No. So Robert
The
didn't
whole
do
thing
that.
with his ex, why she ended up unalived, is because they had a child together, and he didn't want to part with the child. He wanted, full custody, and she
died, right?
kind of a whore.
Yeah, she was shot in a car. Bonnie Blakely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they went out to eat together, and then he had to go back in the restaurant, and then when he went back in the restaurant, she was shot dead.
Yeah.
Impressive timing there.
With Bonnie,
oh yeah,
with Bonnie, absolutely. With this young girl, absolutely. A lot of fighting. She got away. But with
so
Bonnie,
he encountered her, but he wasn't the guy who unalived her.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, sorry for the accusation there, Beretta, but you're still a dick. All right, we got a few more to get.
You can't treat people like that, dick.
We got a few more to get to here. So I got on the screen, this is a real sad one. This is a 16-year-old Aranda Briones from California, from San Bernardino County, California. She disappeared. Mary's scenes. What are you seeing, Mary?
Hispanic male, beautiful gal. Have they found her body yet?
That's what we're looking for. We have a suspect that we think we did it, but yeah, that's what we're looking for is the body.
Next to a lake. She is next to a lake, water. Do you know where she went missing? California, you said?
Yeah, it was like north of LA, like 80 miles north of
Yeah.
LA, San Bernardino County.
Yeah, lake. Yeah. Yeah, and there's some there were some flowers not far from
Where he put her?
yeah, like yellow or orange flowers.
Now, Mary, was this like a heat of passion thing, or did he really have it out for this girl? Did he want to kill her?
I got Facebook. Facebook had something to do. Like, I don't know if they went through her social media, but with her, I'm seeing social media. You can trace the killer back that way. But I feel like it was a Hispanic male.
Do you think maybe a boyfriend, a love interest, a crush?
It was a stranger that she met, and I felt it could have been a boyfriend, but I just feel like he targeted her on Facebook. I can't. She keeps saying Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. Facebook.
She's saying Facebook. I mean, okay.
How,
what else have you seen about this guy? I just want to, before we bring on the suspect, I want to just clarify more details.
He was taller, kind of thin. His hair was a little bit thicker. He was not the greatest looking guy. And I want to say he could have hidden behind someone else. She thought she was maybe going to, did she think she was going to meet someone else? And this guy showed up, and it wasn't who she thought.
How old did you say she was again? Did you say 16?
16?
Yeah.
16, and she looks like that?
Yeah.
Well, this is her social media page. So
there you go. Yeah.
Kids do.
Yep. So I felt, she was definitely targeted by this guy. The picture in the middle shows it.
So the family needs to, hopefully the cops are on it and looking through the.
They've already gotten pretty far into this. I was just kind of hiding the headline here. So the guy we're looking at here, the guy here on the left, is this the
guy on the right. Who's the guy on the right?
That's the older brother. That's
the brother. Okay.
Yeah, the guy on the left was the one who's been accused of doing it. The guy on the right was accused of being an accomplice after the fact.
So these two brothers.
Yeah, this is Owen Shover and Gary Shover.
Okay, so the one on the left thought she was beautiful. The one on the right is the one who actually, I feel like, killed her.
He actually did it then, huh? Well, that's the reason that they've given. The reason is they've said that she was hanging out, skipping school with this guy, and he had a pistol, and she was holding it when the police showed up, and they all scattered and ran, and she threw it into the canal, and he got caught because she was not careful with the pistol or something, so he got expelled from school. And that's what they say where it all stemmed from. He was angry about that. Seems far-fetched, but that seems like everyone believes the reason.
That's bullshit. The guy in the black jacket absolutely was in love with her. He's the tall, thin one. And this guy in the blue shirt just thought, she's a piece of ass. Can I say that? Can I say that?
We've said way worse than they're married.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't a piece of ass. I'm going to show you, bitch. And I feel like there was some sexual assault from this guy in the blue shirt. That's a bunch of bullshit that they're giving the authorities. This guy on the right is the one who killed her. This guy right here in the black, I think he really loved her, thought she was beautiful, and she was beautiful.
Do you think that he might drop a dime on his brother, tell on him?
Think he could. He could.
Here's some pictures of them closer to the arrest. This was closer to when they were first arrested. They've cleaned up their image a little bit, but yeah, these. So you're thinking the older brother was actually the assaulter, the
Yes.
aggressor.
Yes. Without a doubt.
All right, so let's focus. I mean, they
That
already
guy looks mentally ill, like
they've been
very mentally ill. The
convicted.
guy in the blue.
They've
That's
been
what I
convicted
see.
of the crime, but let's focus on the body. You said it was near a body of water, near a lake somewhere.
Yeah, near a lake. San
How
Bernardino
far from her home are we looking?
The number 7 pops up. Number 7. So I don't know if that's 7 miles. The number 7 off the highway 7. The number 7.
I mean, San Bernardino County. That's Vegas. That's up by Las Vegas. That's desert. I mean, there is the Salton Sea. That's the only body of water anywhere near there, near San Bernardino County, besides the ocean, because it's all desert out there, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought, right? I just see water near her. Is there any ponds? Or are there any?
It's high desert up there. There's no water.
It's like Las Vegas, Mary.
It's up towards Las Vegas. It's out in that direction, like northeast of Lake.
It's like Las Vegas.
So why they're showing me she's showing me water.
Well, there's the Salton Sea. That's I don't know how many miles south of San Bernardino County, but that's a decent sized body of water. See if I can get a. But yeah, it's a big body of water. It's not a small sea. This is a big.
How long has she been missing, guys?
This was in 2019. This happened, so she's been missing since then. These guys have been convicted of the crime, but the body was never recovered, unfortunately.
Look at how made up these girls are at this age. I'm just shocked.
Well, it's their social
media.
media.
God, I never, Well, I wore makeup at that, but I never looked as beautiful as that, Let's see, body of water. I just got water.
I'm going to bring up a picture of the Salton Sea to see maybe that might be what we're looking at.
Municipal water district.
I think this is one of the coolest parts about your gift, Mary.
All right. This is the Salton Sea. This is not far from San Bernardino County, and it's the only decent sized body of water anywhere.
Yes.
That's what we're looking at?
Yep.
So it's somewhere in the Salton Sea. That's somewhere near the Salton Sea, right?
Yep.
She could probably tell you where.
Yeah,
how far away is that from her home?
Not far from San Bernardino County. I'm not sure exactly where she lives in San Bernardino County, but it's just in the south end of San Bernardino County. So let me see. I'll bring up a map of the Salton Sea. Okay.
I love being tacky tonight. I just love the feeling of.
Someone said they absolutely love your glasses. I think it was Dana that said she loved your glasses.
Really?
Oh, the glasses. Is that what we're going for tacky? Is that what we're trying here?
Going for tacky tonight.
All right, so this is the Salton Sea, and north of that would be San Bernardino County. This is the area we're talking about.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that.
I just see water. Yeah.
This is San Bernardino County would be up here. That's the Salton Sea.
And
anything ringing a bell here?
Up towards. Wait a minute. Okay, so if I were to choose, what lights up is up there at the very top part of it. That area, that area. How can you
the North
get
Shore?
there? Can you drive there?
Yeah, it looks like there's a road.
Okay, so what I'm getting is the water is right there. Is she in the water? I see, okay, there are trees there. Maybe not a lot, but there are trees. I just felt like she's buried there in water, near water. Yellow, orange flowers, kind of like sunflowers. Sunflowers. I don't know where sunflowers would be there, especially in the
Let's
desert.
put a little Google man
Google
here.
Earth
See what
it.
he sees.
Oh, what's that? Oh, that's cool. What did you just do? Oh,
Google the
oh
Google man.
God. Oh, someone kill me if I had to live there.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Oh
pretty.
my gosh.
Yeah, there's some trees, but it's wow, it's barren.
It is barren. I mean,
That's
I
what this
live.
looks like. That's the
Yeah.
Salton Sea over there.
Yeah. She is okay. So is this the north side? Those
Mhm.
mountains?
Yeah,
Those
this is. I think I threw the man like right here.
okay. So like I can
But
see.
that's what those trees were.
Okay. So she is okay. And what are those mountains in the background? I guess that's.
Looks like there's
Yeah.
grapefruit. They're growing grapefruit.
Oh, maybe that's
It's
it.
the Joshua Tree Forest, National Joshua Tree Park.
I've been there, Joshua Tree.
So it's not far from the Joshua Tree Forest or Park.
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking at trees. So, okay, so she's standing here in front of me. There's water around her, and there are trees in the background. Okay, so she is facing the mountain area. So that would put her more on the east side. More
She's
over
more where
on
it starts to
more on the
more in
east.
this area.
Yeah, somewhere over there.
Let's see what that looks like.
Let's see what that. Okay, so there's some trees there. Where's the
Mountains
water?
behind you. Water's right there.
There you go. Yeah. Yep.
So you're thinking somewhere in here, buried somewhere in the water.
Yeah, but in the tree area. Can you drive there?
Buried in the trees area.
Yeah, somewhere
this is a
in
road I'm
that
standing on.
area. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like right off the freeway or the road
yeah. So if
on
you,
11.
Yeah, that's where the Google car drives.
yeah, somewhere in that area.
That's where she is, then, folks.
That's what
so
she
that
showed me.
is somewhere on the 111 on the east side of the Salton
I've
Sea.
driven the 111. That's a scary drive for, you don't want to drive that by yourself going through some of those places. Just make sure you have a gun.
All right. So let's see, we got one more guy to talk about, I think. Right. So yeah, this one just happened. This actually might be familiar to you, Mary, because this is down near in Hilton Head Island we're talking about. So, gentlemen, I'm trying to find his picture here. So we have Stanley Kotowski. This guy went missing. He's 60 years old, went missing in Hilton Head Island just a little more than a week ago. Last seen on a camera, on a closed circuit camera, and just disappeared.
South Sea Pines? I used to vacation there as a kid.
I've been there myself. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, lots of golf courses.
Yeah, lots of and plantations. So with him, I'm getting. I don't want to be here. I'm confused. I just felt like he was confused, and mental something snapped in his brain. I feel like you're gonna hate to say this, but like wandering, confused, doesn't know where he is. He gets angry, agitated. I don't think it's dementia. I don't think it's dementia. I think it's could be a chemical imbalance in his brain.
What do you see? Alcohol?
Not seeing alcohol. I just feel like maybe a combination of pills he was taking did this to him.
So it wasn't really something nefarious. Well, unless his brain's considered nefarious.
Yeah, his brain actually turned on him. His brain turned on him.
Yeah, they're saying that he's had some pretty bad insomnia and is getting kind of paranoid and anxious, thinking people were following him or pursuing him.
Yeah, okay, so his brain turned on him. Face down marsh.
Oh. Face down.
So not around anymore.
That's what I'm being shown. Face down marsh.
Well, you're never wrong.
Oh no, spirit's never wrong. I'm wrong for how I can be wrong for how I interpret it, but usually they come right out and say face down marsh. You know.
Here.
But no, I'm never wrong. Thanks to spirit.
Okay, so
Face
he's
down
no longer
marsh.
with us. We're thinking that's kind of what we're getting at.
You know, no, or severe dehydration. But you know, I want his family to look at any medications he was taking. His mind, okay, his mind turned on him, okay, and I feel like it was a chemical imbalance. So
this is right in the middle of the island is where he was last seen, was the Sea Pines Resort.
Yes, I know it well. Yeah. Okay. So
that's the Sea Pines Resort.
There's the traffic circle. Fish Island, Sea Pines Forest Preserve. Can they please look in there? Marsh.
Fish Island.
I mean, the whole area. The whole Hilton Head is surrounded by marsh. I want to say, actually, okay, did he catch a ride with someone? Because I see like he was in a car and he got out at Follyfield Beach. Follyfield. I know this island like the back of my hand. I used to live there for many years. Follyfield.
The police said he left the resort barefoot, but he got in a car.
I think he got in a car. I think he asked for a ride. They let him out because he was just too mentally not with it. So he was down there. Sea Pines Beach Club, South Beach. I think the island is only 12 miles long, but there is marsh on the inside of the island as you're driving down Highway 278. You can see marsh on.
Oh yeah, this is all marsh in here.
Yeah, it's all marsh. I feel like he's in the marsh somewhere. It's in the marsh near, I want to say near, but Follyfield would be, can you scroll up? Scroll up. Go up. Follyfield. Follyfield. Burke's Beach, Follyfield Beach Park. They need to look. Follyfield Beach Park, and they need to look in the marsh. See the marsh in the middle of the island?
This behind here?
Yeah, they need to look in there. Yep.
So you somewhere
that marsh gets really tall, guys, 10 feet tall. Yeah. Full of gators too.
So you
that's
think
Broad Creek.
Paranoid.
Yeah, paranoid. Yeah.
Well, he said he had really bad insomnia.
Yeah, his brain turned on him.
Oh.
I think he severely dehydrated. It's so hot down there, guys. We're talking 100 degrees in the summertime. 100 degrees. And it's
South Carolina sweaty. That's almost Georgia down there. That's close to Savannah.
I mean, yeah, 100 degrees. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful area. But I see face down marsh.
Dana has an idea. When she was talking about the case earlier, she said maybe he lured him out with a message on Facebook. That's what you were maybe seeing.
Yes. Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dana.
Yeah.
Dana's been also
Because
right.
I got the beautiful Spanish girl, she liked this guy. She was going to meet him, but who showed up was somebody else, which was
the
that
brother.
explains the brother. Yeah.
Shame. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a little more normal looking at her.
Yeah,
but
and
these
the
are glamour shots.
brother, the ugly. I mean, the one was not pretty, and the other one was just a narcissistic bastard.
He looks kind of like an oaf.
Dick.
All right, they got the right guys, and we actually tell
I
the police
hope
where
this
to look.
wanker rots off in prison.
Yeah, I hope he drops the soap a lot of times.
We can only hope.
He becomes somebody's prison bee. Yeah.
Prison B.
Prison bee.
God, well, thank you
we
so
should
much
watch
for that, Dana.
some
Thanks
odds
for the
after
help,
this.
Dana, all of you people.
Watching
Actually.
this.
All right, we're a little bit running out of time tonight. We're about up on time. Yeah, we went fast, didn't it? So, anybody else got anything to update or to announce? Actually, I think we wanted to talk about. I wanted to bring one thing up. I had a slide for y'all. Check out this.
Oh,
there you go.
Man.
The good thing about having a producer. This is a movie that Mary the Medium was in. What's this called?
The top.
This isn't a walkthrough help.
Yeah, it was just something I did visiting this plantation up in South Carolina. And I wish you guys could see it, but see that cottage behind me? So friggin' haunted. They could not finish. And slaves were hung from one of the trees out in the back there. It's just so haunted, but it was called Other Side Paranormal. And so it talks about my gift. Well, it's won like 5 film awards, like the
More than that.
Yeah. One in Paris, one in Italy, one at the LA Film Awards.
You're closer to like 7, Mary, with that, between 7 and 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I maybe up by Mount Baldy. Could be. Where's Mount Baldy? But yeah, so and it actually looks like a slave in the very back. A lot of my pictures you'll be able to see spirits in.
And you see like slaves hanging from trees.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk trash about this, right? Right, Mary?
Oh yeah.
D. Warner. Okay, so remind me. Hey, Dana. So remind me who D. Warner was. I'm sorry.
Take a picture of her.
Huh? Because
You got
seriously,
you solved the case and you don't even remember doing it.
I know the name sounds familiar. I remember
when I'm reading, I'm on the other side. Okay, so I don't remember what I say. Isn't that crazy?
I think that
I'll get
we talked about it, and the husband was suspected, and you had said that she's in the house.
This is the lady we're talking about.
Oh,
I don't know if we did that on the show.
Oh, yeah.
I believe.
I don't think we showed that set of pictures, did we?
Oh, we did talk about this one.
We talked about it, but I don't know if we showed those 3 pictures though.
Yeah.
That slide.
Maybe not.
Yeah, it doesn't look familiar to me either. But
she does, but yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Dana, for pointing that out. Wow. Yeah, spirits never
She's
wrong.
been emailing me this week, like giving us ideas.
Yeah, good.
We appreciate you, Dana and Kelly. We all agree with you here. You are amazing.
Hey,
Kelly.
Thank
you, Kelly. We like
Thank
her
you all
here.
out there. Really appreciate all the comments, all the help, and all the support you guys are giving us. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 1 week from today, 9 p.m. on Sunday again, or 9:05, 9:10, depending on how fast I get ready. Let's be real.
We need sponsors.
But yeah, we appreciate the
Yeah,
support. As always, reply to this video if you have any comments or any cases for us to solve, or email therealmary@gmail.com. Wonderful. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do a comment, do all kinds of stuff for us because it really helps. So go ahead and subscribe out there. Anybody else have any last comments or last requests for the audience?
We need sponsors, guys.
Yes, we do need sponsors. We do want to travel and do some stuff on site, and that'd be wonderful to get some sponsors for this show. So if anybody knows anybody, we're willing to do that sort of thing. But but we will be back in 1 week, 9 p.m. Sunday night. Mary, what do you see? Really appreciate everyone for joining us, and appreciate the three of you guys for making this show work. See you guys in a week.
Bye, guys.
Ah.
Thank you.